in my freighter. I've just been around visiting a bunch of almost all my bases, gathering up resources that they've been producing. So I've got, if you count the settlement, I got 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, and 3 is 84 bases. But not all of them produce stuff. Maybe half of them produce stuff, whether it's crops in domes or minerals or gas extraction from hot spots. I went around and I collected all the stuff. I've got it stacked up here just as I collected it. We got some stuff that isn't part of that, and we got a lot of stuff that I just want to sell directly. It's not part of the crafting process. Keep a few behind. Send that to the freighter to be sold. Send the nip to be sold. Send Gravitino balls to be sold, and sac venom balls, and albumin pearls to be sold. We might need the ferrite. So there's these crops here, mold and cactus and crystal. Not that. We got this star bulb, that's a crop. Then we got radon gas. We got some cobalt we might need. I don't know if we'll need the oxygen or not. We might want to keep. Dioxide is we don't need very much of that, but we might need a little bit. We don't need the gold. Paraffinium we might need. Ammonia we might need. Nitrogen we probably need. Get rid of some more stuff to the freighter to be sold. Cobalt, pyrite we might need. That's just stock on here, this stuff. We don't need indium. We don't need these balls. We don't need this ball. This is all stuff I just collected, right? We don't need that right now. Silver we don't need right now. Not part of our crafting problem here, which we're gonna work on. Put that up there somewhere. Well, we don't need antimatter housing. How'd that get in there? Okay. So start sorting. Cobalt. We've got the crops. Gases. We got gases there. Cobalt. Crops. 4 there. And here's some more crops. Dioxide. More gas there. That's a mineral that goes with the crops. The three gases are sulfurine, nitrogen, and radon. There's nitrogen there. Radon here. The cobalt is sort of outside the system. We got some extra cobalt here. Oh, that's just a artifact fruit, crop artifact, but it's not the sort of crop that I'm worried about right now. Pyrite, we're collecting. Copper is kind of separate, I think. More gas. I think it'll do all of this, produce all of this on the various bases in one day, one full day. That can go up there, this can go in there. So we got the 6 crops that I'm concerned about. Selenium recently has been a shortage. We got frost crystal, starbulb, fungal mold, cactus flesh, and gamma root. 6 crops, and there's 6 minerals that go with them. So doxite goes with the frost crystal. Phosphorus goes with the selenium. Ammonia goes with the mushroom, the fungal mold. Pyrite goes with the cactus. And I got more here. There it is. Uranium goes with the gamma root. And with starbulb, we put paraffinium. So that's sort of what we got, is the 6 crops with the 6 minerals that go with them, and you use all of these in the crafting. And then you got 3 gases, and there's a little bit of other stuff. The cobalt is other stuff. The pure ferrite actually you need, and condensed carbon. The last 3 things are the ones that cause the most trouble, because you can't just grow it. You have to refine it, and refiners are a pain in the butt. So we take all this stuff and we put it in storage. We got designated storage spots for all of it, but recently, of course, the storage is screwed up. So all that organization I just did is messed up. I'll send it over there, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work right. We don't put the gas in there. We put doxite and half the paraffinium. We want to keep half of it on the I think it goes there actually. Send half of the paraffinium into storage. And let's see. Phosphorus. I think half of the phosphorus again. Send it to storage. This is really screwed up. My main inventory slots, I've got 120 slots. They won't all fit on the screen anymore. I've got 4, 5, 6, barely half fit on the screen. So I've got to go back to them and rearrange them some more. Bring these up so that I can send them. Yeah, those 3 missed. We want to keep that. I think keep some uranium here. We'll just keep half of that stack. Send half of this stack. So that one, this one. I think that's some ammonia I want to get rid of. Okay, into this. It'll make more sense once I've got it all arranged. And here, I don't know, metals. I can put some of the metals here. And what other, yeah, they're in the freighter. I don't need them so much. The gases I need though. I'm gonna try and put these away. So sulfurine, nitrogen, sulfurine, nitrogen, sulfurine, radon, 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 radon. And then, yeah, that's it for that, I think. I wish they would fix that. So, yeah, if we now look at what I did, I put them in here, right? And we've got all those cactus. We got mushrooms here coming out of our ears. We got all those mushrooms. I got all this. We have not much frost crystal. Where'd that all go? There's some more. We have not much of this, and we're really short of selenium and kind of short on star bulb. We got too much cactus. We got too much in a way of the dioxide. We're kind of short on frost crystal. Really short of selenium. Only 5,000 there. So we'll see how far we get with this. Pyrite, there's not much of. We got all this cactus, but the pyrite that goes with it is lacking. But we'll see how far we get with that. Yeah, okay, so that was that one. This is stuff that I want to sell. And the gases. Get them organized again. Got good supply of radon, good supply of uh, the sulfurine, a little bit short of nitrogen. And I put oxygen in there because it's a gas. I put frost or storm crystals in there because I had room. But that's the other main source of crafting. Now, the actual crafting, I've showed you this before. I maybe didn't explain that this crafting is in here. So, yeah, this can go out of the way and it'll be more obvious then. This, so ignore this column here. Just start with this column. We got a stasis device at the bottom. To make a stasis device, you need quantum processors, cryogenic chambers, and iridesite. So we got iridesite, cryogenic chamber, and quantum processors. Those three sort of above it. And the same thing here with the fusion igniter. It needs a portable reactor, a quantum processors, which we needed also for the stasis device. That's why it's sort of in the middle there. And we need the geodesite, which is the opposite of the iridesite, right? So it's those three there that you need to make this one. Now, if you go up one row, iridesite we make from uranium, magnagold, and grantine, which are the three squares. Uranium, magnagold, and grantine. Okay. And similarly here, we make cryogenic chamber from living glass and cryo pump. So here's the cryo pump and here's the living glass. Cryo pump you make from hot ice and thermic condensate. Hot ice is here, thermic condensate here. Make living glass from lubricant and glass. Lubricant and glass. Okay, quantum processor from circuit board and superconductors. Superconductor, circuit board. Make superconductors from semiconductors and enriched carbon. Semiconductor, rich carbon, right there. It's all right there in front of us, right? Make circuit board from heat capacitor and polyfiber. Heat capacitor, polyfiber. Now we're getting to what I showed you before, almost there. Yeah, this is from liquid explosive and fusion accelerant. Fusion accelerant, liquid explosive. Fusion accelerant from organic catalyst and nitrogen salt. Organic catalyst and nitrogen salt. Liquid explosive, acid, and unstable gel. Acid, unstable gel. Over here we got the geodesite, which is like the iridesite. It's made from the three above it: Herox, dirty bronze, and aluminum. Right there. Now, to get down into the nitty-gritty, if you want uranium, you need paraffinium and chlorine. Chlorine is one of the products we never mentioned yet. Chlorine from I forget how you do that again. Chlorine from salt. It's not here. I haven't organized chlorine. Chlorine is basically made from salt. So it's here. I've got a, you don't need much of the chlorine basically is the reason that I haven't put it into the chart. I think the same as with sodium nitrate. You just need a little bit of it. So we've got it here. It's in our main cargo backpack. All this is in my what I call my crafting hauler. It's got a lot of space, okay? That's the reason for it. I might reorganize it horizontally instead of vertically. I'm not sure. Might work better, it might not. So anyway, paraffinium and chlorine. Paraffinium was in the earlier stuff. Chlorine is, so ionized cobalt and phosphorus. Ionized cobalt, we basically collected a whole bunch of cobalt. We'll need it to be ionized, which is a refiner step. One of the few refiner steps. Chlorine is a refiner step, ionized cobalt is a refiner step, and another ionized cobalt to go with the dioxide. That's the what I call the minerals. This yellow column is minerals. Over here we get into more crafting. Gets more complicated actually, but I won't get ahead of myself. Living glass and cryopump. So the living glass is fairly simple. You just need lubricant and glass. There's a special trick here in that to make one living glass you need one lubricant and 5 glass. The only one on this whole chart that needs 5 instead of 1. Glass you need 5. That's why it's a stack of 50 instead of the normal 10, or lubricant for some reason is 40, but it only needs really 10. So making living glass is the lubricant and glass. Making cryopump is hot ice and thermic condensate. The thermic condensate is fairly straightforward. Sulfurine and condensed carbon. Condensed carbon is in that oxygen group over there. It's another refiner step, but we'll get into that later. This is a little bit weird. Instead of going above, it's 2 over and then 2 over and above. Enriched carbon is here, and the nitrogen salt is way over here. Every second one. It goes with the thermic condensate, those carbon condensate and the nitrogen salt. Those three sort of go together. So you need all 3 of them basically to make this. You need the thermic condensate directly and indirectly through hot ice. You need those other 2. It's similar here when you build circuit boards. It's straightforward: heat capacitor and polyfiber, heat capacitor, selenium, and frost crystals. And this is cactus flesh and star bulb. Those are all 4 of those 4 of those ingredients are all crops, right? Selenium, frost crystal, cactus flesh, and star bulb. This is the special one again. We do the semiconductors and the carbon and enriched carbon from here. The semiconductors are the special one. This is the standard one: radon and condensed carbon. Condensed carbon is a refiner step. This is the nitrogen salt 2 over that way, and thermic condensate is 2 over that way. This column is like this column, right? For this one, then you get into the other stuff. It uses the quantum processors again, which we've already covered, and the portable reactor and geodesite. Geodesite is a lot like the iridesite, this column here. That's why they're at the ends of, remember I told you to ignore this column, that's just some spare materials, okay? This is where it really starts. The yellow ones here are a lot like these. All it is the details. So, 3 ingredients: Herox, dirty bronze, and lemium from pure ferrite, and uranium, pure ferrite and pyrite, chlorine, and ammonia. We got the minerals that go with the crops combined with some refining materials. This is similar to this one, cryogenic chamber, similar to portable reactor. And they're on each side of the middle column is the quantum processor circuit board's superconductor. The quantum processor is used redundantly on both of our end products. This is an end product, and that's an end product. The reason they're well, they are end products, and they have the special property of value. The end value here, 15 million units per item. That's not per stack. There's only one item in each of these stacks. 15,600,000 units for one item. Now, I can just press craft more. Somebody's watching, a lurker. I see over there in the watcher icon. Over here, I can make more with the craft more button and watch the value. I can make 9 of them here without overflowing any of my stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, Moose and Carrie Bose are both here. Carrie's lurking again. Hiya, Moose. Just going through my crafting again. If you watch the whole video, it'll make more sense. So, total value is now, it started at, you got 15,600,000 units each, and I've got a full stack now of 10 for 156 million units. That's the end product of this whole project, is these stasis device. And similarly then, if I restock my quantum processors, which is a complicated process at the moment, we got to restock a bunch of stuff to get there. Restocking heat capacitors, restocking polyfiber, makes circuit boards. Just bring it up to 10 in the stack and it won't overflow. So now I can make 9 of these without overflowing or underflowing anything. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I've got 10 of all these ingredients. I can make this. One, oh, it scrolled on me. Silly thing. Is it going to do it every time? No? Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You notice this isn't going down. It's still 10. It's because I've got some spares here, right? It's taking it out of the spares first. That's good. So, 2 more, and these stacks are down to 1 again, so this is up to 10. It's up to 156 million credit units money, where we got 50,600,000 units per item. That's the crafting tree in a hauler. And when you get up here, for instance, I'm down to 3 heat capacitors, and if I want to restock them, it'll automatically take the selenium and the frost crystals out of storage for me, where I just finished earlier in the video. I put them in storage in the vault. It'll take them directly from the vault. I just have to press craft more, 8, 9, 10, restocked. Same with this, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, restocked. Now I can restock the circuit boards using the ones that I just built above it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Makes 10 in a stack without underflowing or overflowing, so it keeps at least one, and at most 10 in each slot, with the exception, of course, of the glass, which is a special case. Now, I need to restock my quantum processors if I want to do anything, right? One thing now is this stack is full. I can moose. It's nice it pulls for crafting, but would be cool if it would pull for missions. Pull for missions. Yeah, it doesn't work for some of the other things you want it to work for, but it works for this. And that's why I've got it developed and why I'm making this video, to sort of show how I do it. I don't know if anybody else does anything similar. So like here, we're down on the uranium. We got spares of the other things. Apparently, we still got 10 there, 10 there, but we're low on uranium. It's down to 4. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now it's 10 in all 3 stacks. We can restock the iridesite. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those minerals now are restocked. Well, it took it out of there, but I mainly just want this one restocked. Now I want to restock this one. It's got 10 already ready to go, so I just press it 9 times. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those 2 are ready. All I need is the quantum processor. I did the circuit board. Now I need to do the superconductor, which I've got 10 on the 2 above. It's just the 2 above on this one. It's yet another quirk. There's the 3 that do 2 above and 3 that do, well, they all do 2 above, I guess. But this one's ready to go in any case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Makes it easy to see what you need. Yeah. And if you ever accidentally press it 1 too many times, it'll show you what you need to do next because it'll make a big empty square, a big empty slot where that stack was, and you have to find it on your build menu again in here, right? If I was to run out of superconductors, there's the superconductors, and it shows me again what I need. Or the nice one is now yeah, if I was out of, say, quantum processors instead of having one there. If I go here, I can view the craft steps, which is this display, which is more obvious tree structure of what I was doing on the other, in my haul or hold, is basically another version of this diagram. It's got right down to the condensed carbon, the nitrogen, and the sulfurine there to make semiconductors and superconductors. This group of three and this group of three here are similar too, in that it's a gas and a condensed carbon to make one item. This is a gas, nitrogen, and a condensed carbon to make that item. This is a gas, condensed carbon to make this item. So those three triangles of three, you could show the diagram differently where they're all on the same level, but these over here are different. These just use crops. They're all crops grown in the greenhouse domes, or at least that's where I grow mine, in greenhouse domes on planetary basis. I showed you harvesting them earlier in this video, and they combine upwards then to those two triangles are similar. And it goes up to this circuit board then in a very similar way. You can look at some of these other, so a portable reactor is a similar sort of diagram. If we can find it, view the craft steps. There's a almost identical diagram, but it's different in all the details. You know, nitrogen salt instead of whatever it was on the other. They have different names for stuff, but the shape of the diagram is the same, right? This diagram as well. A cryogenic chamber is right here. We view the craft steps. It's got the same sort of diagram. So it's actually easy to remember then. These three things here are the three diagrams I just showed you. And the two columns above them are the with the weird stepping out of enriched carbon, nitrogen salt, and thematic condensate being actually repeated in all three diagrams. But these two columns then are the same as the two columns here, same as the two columns here. If you only want to build like stasis device and not worry about fusion igniters, then you could throw away half of the diagram. The 4 columns over here, no, sorry, 3 columns over here you don't need. You still need the quantum processor for the stasis device. And you still need the nitrogen salt from this column, but that's the only thing you need from these 3 columns is that nitrogen salt, because it's part of that funny splitting out of the 3 things here. Like this needs nitrogen salt, this needs nitrogen salt here. It's all a pattern to it that they've constructed over at the Hello Games studios, and they created all this for us to play with. So I could actually I need to make some more quantum processors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When I'm doing it by myself, I could actually go a little bit faster, but I also make more mistakes when I'm going faster. So, like pressing it 10 times instead of 9 times, or whatever. So now we've got 10 here, 10 here, and 10 here. We can, that's the quantum processor, cryogenic chamber, and iridescent. We can create more here. Now, it's already a stack of 10. If I craft more, it creates a new stack. Where did it put it? Over here in my junk column. We can make it visible to when we're crafting them by putting it there. If I craft more, it'll put it on that new stack. 3, 4, 5. Only want to make 9 though. Don't go too far. 7, 8, 9. If I did one more, this square would become empty. This square would be empty, and this square would be empty. I'd have to look it up on my regular crafting. I'll have to look it up in the craft products again. But now that we've got these extras, I'll just send it to the freighter. That's where I'm putting stuff to be sold, and I'll send 9 of these. You can just use the change stack size. You see at the very bottom down here, you can change stack size. That's what I did. I picked up the stack of 10 and I reduced it by 1 to put 1 back with the change stack size, and then I can drop the 9 of them in the freighter to be sold. Same with the 9 here. I pick up the 10, reduce the stack, and put it in the freighter. I've got lots of practice at this. You'll probably make all sorts of mistakes and make a mess of things the first 5 times you try it. But, well, some of you might be better than others. Lots of you might be better than me at it. Here, I've only got 9 left in this stack, for instance. If I was to make one more, it would be a mistake, because I've only got 1 left here and 1 left here. Always makes a mess. Yeah, Moose doesn't care. His whole system is based on messes. So he would just barge ahead and clean it up later. He wouldn't bother to do any of this, as far as I know. That's a different system, though, right? This is my system, and I'm just showing you my system. So we're making Herox from chlorine and ammonia. Just craft more. Each time you press the button, it puts 1 more in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Was 9 altogether, I presume. Now I can build the 1 more, and that's the reason that this is 10, is that we got a spare stack over here that it was drawing from. We could do something similar there, just fill up the iridescent from the spare stack, and that now future ones will take it from the spare stack. I think we have, actually, yeah, we have a bunch there too. So we can build 1 there, and build this back up. Now I can refill this one. That's full. Okay, this one needs to be filled up. And now I can fill up this one. And this one needs, oh, we're running low here. 3, 2, 5. It's 8, 9, 10. and here's 3. It was actually draining this stack to 10. Basically, yeah, I'm just going around looking for ones that are low. Oh, we've run out of ingredients for heat capacitors, either selenium or frost crystal. I know which one it is because I've done this before. It's the selenium, and you can tell then down here, frost crystals, I've still got 100. Selenium, I've got 76. I need 200. I've run out of selenium. So that's going to limit the whole tree because I need selenium to make circuit boards. I can make one. Oh, I just made a mistake. I used up the what do you call it? Polyfiber. So I need to, for my own feelings or whatever, for my own comfort, I needed to fill that back up. But this is, I've only got one left of heat capacitor here, and when I craft more, I've got missing components. I can't build any more heat capacitors. I could use up that last one and leave a blank there, or just be satisfied with the 10 circuit boards I have for now and get over and start doing superconductors. I need 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I can build the quantum processors because I had 10 of each of these. Even if I don't have stuff to make more, I can use up the 9. There, I've got 10 quantum processors, 1 to spare, but I'm down to 1 here. I'll make them both 2, and now I can build more fusion igniters. It's going to create a new stack somewhere. It made a new stack over here, I think. No? Where did it put that? Ah, no? Oh, it didn't build a new stack. It just put the second one in. It was only 1 there. Okay. So 2, 3. The first one, it caused it to scroll, and the subsequent ones don't. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That one's ready to go to market. Send it to the freighter. Now we're running low here. We can build 1 more quantum processor without screwing up my system. Craft 1 more. So we've got 2 quantum processors. We can build 1 more stasis device if we make 1 more cryogenic chamber. We need to build a living glass and a cryo pump first. Build the cryogenic chamber, and build 1 stasis device. Now 2 of the ingredients for the stasis device are down to stacks of 1. And I can't really, well, I can if I run the stacks empty, but I can't really build more quantum processors because I've run out of selenium. Selenium, I have to wait for the crops to grow because I just harvested them all earlier in the video. All the ones that I have, I could start roaming a planet or something to collect them, but that's slow compared to the agriculture domes, the greenhouse domes. We still got a fair bit of this. We got some of this that goes in with that one. But we're kind of finished crafting here for today till I restock mainly the selenium, and we're probably running out of some of the other ingredients here that we need. If we go back and fill in the ones we can, we might find other ingredients that are running low. So this one there, that's down to 8. This one's at 8. And this one's at 1. So if we build 9, then we have to go back and get 9 more of these. 9 more of these. And that fills them up for later. Next time we come around, here, these are at 9. We could refill it. Now this one can, yeah, and if we watch here, it's drawing from this extra stack and keeping the 10. As we build these, they're used up the extra stack. Now it'll, one more it'll take from the main stack. So I restock all of these. And it's drawing from our vaults when I'm restocking those. Similarly here, we've got extra ones here, but we can restock these. And here's more, we can restock that one. This is 45 out of 50, the special glass stack. And this one is at 39 out of 40, the special lubricant stack. Now I can restock these. And this one needs 9 back. This one needs 45 back. $9.50. Okay, this one is at 1, so we can do 10 there. Oh, I just overflowed something. Hot ice, do I have? No. We try and remember to use these. I'll put them back where they're visible. Okay, so not quite sure why that hot ice acted a little bit weird. So I ran myself out of carbon here. I can just do 10 all at once to refill it. And here is the nitrogen salt. I know what goes there from experience. But you can look here and it'll tell you that it needs nitrogen salt. And you remember then that it's the 2 above it, and if that one was empty, that's what you need there. Similarly, this one needs enriched carbon. There was none there, so that's what you fill it in with. So we've got a few extra of the top minerals here, but we can't really use them. Usually this quantum processor is like a roadblock. Something here runs out, and then you can't build either one of these, and you've got something left over. I could just sell the extras and then I'd clean it up, like send a stack of these or 2 that I don't need, send them to market. And that'll make it easier on my conscience that I don't have too many excess inventory laying around. Not that it matters a whole lot, because of course this stuff that I want to sell, we got 18 fusion igniters for 280 million and 18 stasis device for 280 million. My units are capped at 4.2 billion anyway. If I were to sell all this stuff, it would go in the bit bucket. It would just be wasted. So maybe I'll leave it sitting around, or maybe I'll find something I can spend all that money on, some holds or slots somewhere. My multi-tool could use a few more slots. Maybe I could find a place to spend some so that I can actually use the money for something instead of sending it to the bit bucket. Blow all my money. I think I keep a little bit in reserve, don't I? Space station. Go to the bottom of the list and find clearance. For some reason, it won't let you go from the freighter to the pirate stations directly anymore, or vice versa. It lets you go from planetary bases to any space station, but the freighter has a weird limit on it that way. I want a wealthy, good space station from the bottom of the list, move it up to the top so that the poor and medium economies are the ones that get. They locked it. Yeah. I don't know why. I wonder if they're going to lock the planetary bases similarly in the next patch. Or they just force us to teleport to a planetary base. So I wanted to get over on the other side, I guess. Pirates don't want links in the network. Yeah, but the pirates, I'm not sure if it's the pirates or the lawful dudes that are the thing behind that limit. Pirates don't want links, or the lawful dudes don't want you going to pirate systems from their place, or both. No, I was looking for this thing. I'll just buy some new slots for 190 million units. I think I can only put 2 in here. 1, 2. Oh, no, I can do more. 1, 2, 300 million? Yeah. Let's do the other one as well. The alien. This one. Don't spend all my money on one tool. This one needs a few more as well, eh? And it's 300 million for one slot. 1, 2. I'm down to 1.9 billion in cash. Spend that money. How many slots do I want or need here? Probably not that many. I don't really care about the extra weapons I could fill it in with. I'll leave it at that. And I want to go back to my freighter. Come on. There, I spent over half of the money. Actually, I wanted to be at the space station anyway, didn't I? To sell the stasis devices. Well, no, I can do that at my freighter. Doesn't matter. They're the same price everywhere as far as I know. So we'll see. See, I can make back some of it anyway, but I won't be wasting it when I sell them anyways. That's a good thing. It makes people nervous when I waste that money like that. So sell from the freighter. I don't want slack venom. I'm at 1.1 billion. So let's see how much I can make back. There's the stasis device. 260 million. That's plus, or no, minus 4.3. Pilots on the freighter pay less. Oh, well, we'll just sell it here then. Mordite I don't need from the freighter. Nip buds, gravitino balls, album pearl, gold, antimatter, sparsely, corn parsley, fruit. Corn and parsley. Can you imagine? Silver. Fusion igniter. Here's another 280 million. Antimatter housing, copper, and the geodesite. This is stuff I keep on the freighter. So I was down to 1.1 billion. I'm back up to 1.6 billion. And tomorrow, if I do some more crafting, I might make another billion back or so. And by the end of the week, I'll probably be back at the limit on my cash. Pilots on the freighter pay less. Oh. Yeah, if I really was serious about making money, I'd go out to a planetary trade station, I think, right? That's one of the better places. And I think that some of the random traders that you encounter while pulsing, some of them pay pretty good. I might be wrong. It's not a big difference anyway. It's like less than 10% difference up or down most of the time. And the freighter, oh yeah, I still got those things to sell for nanites at a station. That's what I missed out doing. My suit, I got a bit of extra oxygen here, I guess. But other than that, it's back in shape for adventuring and exploring. Same with the starship. I don't use this starship for exploring. It's for crafting. My O2 is broken. Phosphorus. We got O2, 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 and condensed carbon and carbon in that stack. Is there more O2? I don't know what you mean by broken. There's one stack that's a bit shorter, yeah? Life support. Oh, up here. I could use some oxygen up here. Oh, that's damaged life support. Oh, it is broken. Need some ferrite dust. Life support. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was battling a sentinel pillar earlier today, and it broke some stuff. I didn't quite get around to fixing it all, I guess. I took on a mission at the Nexus, and it sent me to a sentinel pillar. I didn't die that time. I've died sometimes on those, but I didn't die today. Or was, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was today when I did that, which I did break a bunch of stuff though. So I probably almost died. I know I used up all of my, where are they? Yeah, all these things. The ion batteries. I I used them all up, and I was down to using like your phosphorus and uranium and for repairing things at one point. Maybe using the oxygen as well. Good thing I had a whole bunch of it laying around. So yeah, this one is also down to 0. The rest are not at 0 anyway. Oh, this is down to 0. I was apparently doing some swimming. Used up all of those. What are they called? Life support gel? That might use up some of the oxygen. No, just carbon and dihydrogen. Dihydrogen, carbon. Why won't it make more? Dihydrogen jelly, right. Need more of that. $20? Ah, so... $50? Just 20. I'll keep 10 in reserve. So, yeah, I should build those up a bit again. That may be why these were at 0. I was out of the life support gels almost. I got lots of oxygen, which is the alternative. There we go. And this is still wasn't all filled up, eh? Or it's yeah, okay. How about the Starship? Does it need any refueling? A little bit here. Pulse engine, doesn't it refuel automatically? Maybe not. So yeah, I don't want to leave that ship as my current ship in any case. I want to get back on the Explorer. It's over here. Launch thrusters. Yeah. Yeah, they refuel automatically, yeah. But there's some other stuff that does too. Maybe it's in the exosuit, the this thing here. Breathing efficiency 34. Hazard protection. I think something something recharges something here anyway. I forget what it is. But the launch thrusters are the main one, yeah, that everybody notices. My living ship is actually getting rather buff. It's been well, I've got 3 more here that I could try. It's got a fair bit of tech slots, even some spares there, and oh, I could put some bobbleheads in. That'll give me 10 points in something. They're cheap. A little bit of carbon. And move them down. There. I keep the ones that need refueling, or I try to keep the stuff that needs refueling in the top section so that I don't have to scroll down to find stuff that needs refueling. That doesn't work for stuff that breaks. They'll hide the broken item on me, and I neglect to look for it sometimes. So, I think that's pretty much the end of this video anyway, on my crafting demonstration. How do you like the expanding pad pages? Some of them are nice and some of them are bad. The worst one, I think, is let's see if I've, yeah, the worst one is when I go to an actual storage vault. I showed you part of it before, but there's more to it. it's expanded out to 11 columns here for this backpack exosuit inventory, but in my suit, oh, just these things out here, you mean? Yeah, that one works okay. I think it's properly 10 columns wide. That one's good. And the text slots, it shows things properly there. They just need to work on the ones when you go to check your vaults. And first of all, they expanded out to 11 columns. Both of these things are 11 columns. You wind up with lots of diagonals that were vertical, right? Diagonals here too. And the other thing is, I've got 120 slots in my suit inventory now, but it only shows me 3, 6, 7.5 rows of 11 is like almost 88 out of the 120 slots, and I can't you can't trade from the ones down here. There's no way to get at them on the screen. You have to fiddle with them back in one of the other screens and move them up to these top 88 slots, and then find where it puts them after it rearranges the columns. So I'm not impressed with this. Yeah, it's like they did the work on these things and didn't quite get around to finishing it. Pain, exactly. So yeah, this is okay. It's nice. It lets you look at the whole thing if you only want to look at one whole thing. If you want to look at two whole things, you're out of luck. You know, for I don't know what they're going to do about that double dash named system 4.0 round no man sky. Ruined No Man's Sky? Ruined. Yeah, I think you had it closer the first time, but that's okay. Ruined. Named a system 4.0 Ruined No Man's Sky. Okay. So he doesn't like the 4.0 changes. And that's maybe why he didn't go out to the weekly Quicksilver site and be the first to name it anymore. He's given up on the game. Oh well, he'll still be on the leaderboard there for a while for most firsts on the weekend Quicksilver missions. He'll be at the top of that leaderboard for a long time yet. He won't be forgotten for some time, for, you know. Now, what was it I was thinking of? here, yeah. My name on most of them, but not that one. I was actually grouped with him, and he beat me to it. But I got the rest of them courtesy of this scanner table in the freighter. And yeah, some. So yeah, I want to sell these. And that looks fine now, right? Almost fit in a hole, fit them all in one column. Got a few little spare items here. Pyrite can go... No, it goes with the cactus, doesn't it? It's the... I think it's uranium would go here. No, uranium would go there if it was finished. Yeah, so I've got it halfways organized. If I were to put them sideways, it wouldn't fit anymore because there's 6 crops and only 5 rows. Can't put them sideways anyway. Just got too much junk in here. I could sell off a whole bunch of it if I felt like. Then here's the gas. No, the metals. That that's kind of messed up too, because we got too much stuff for one column in several of these categories. Copper can go here. And this copper. Oh, yeah, that's ordinary copper, and this is the activated copper. We've only got 1 stack of activated copper, and this is all regular copper. Oh well, I'm not mining any activated copper at the moment. That's why. I got some extra magnetized ferrite. Pure ferrite there, ferrite dust. Okay. Platinum, gold, and silver are technically metals, as is the chrome, but it is separate from the ferrites and the, I don't know what these refined stellar metals and refined stellar metal. Yeah, both emerald and activated emerald are refined stellar metals. They don't distinguish the category. It's all refined stellar metal. Blue, green, red, and yellow. And then blue, green, red, and yellow. Cobalt, technically, I think, is a metal. So I put some in here. I don't have the refined cobalt in here, though. Ionized cobalt. I don't have let's do some refining then. Refiners, they're a bit buggy. Let's see here. I want to go to the metals. Gases, metals, and get some cobalt. Unstack, 2 stacks, 3 stacks. And I think that's all my cobalt. Looks like there's some more down here. So, oh yeah, I got more cobalt here. Refine. Let's see how the refiners do with this stuff. Cobalt, 9,999. 2 to 1. Now I probably don't really want to refine it all down. I've got 200 there, so that wouldn't refine it all anyway. That just refines the first 8,000. Three. 4. 5. Only take 24 minutes if I let it go all the way. So I think I will have some ionized cobalt here shortly, whether I want to or not. In 23 minutes, I'll have 4, 8, I have 20,000, yeah. I want it. Alrighty, if you insist. I need to find something to do though for another 20 minutes. We could go next door to the food processors. Use up some of the excess food that I have laying around. Let's see. I don't think cactus flesh I could turn into, what is it? I forget now. Exosuit. Come on, there you go. Cactus flesh into juice. So what does the juice do? %life support power. So is there something else I could turn it into? No, not immediately. But I can turn it into this juice. Cactus nectar. Come on, give me a... So, turn the nectar into sugar, right. Processed sugar, or... No. Does it do anything else? No. Oxygen? Processed sugar. Where's the oxygen? There? Let's put it out here. I'm sure I could turn the cactus into some other stuff. Just how do I get... Oh, I can't put oxygen in the food processor. Just carbon and salt. No. Fecium? Oh, it makes pet pellets. Fecium and nectar. Oh well, I don't need them. Chromium? No. So, Moradite? Yeah, pet pellets. There's some weird recipes for pet pellets for sure. No. If I mix it back with more cactus flesh? No. So that makes the sugar. I got some sugar here anyway. Chromium I tried. Cream? No. I put it in the wrong ingredient storage. Eggs? I don't know. I should just look it up on the No Man's Sky app. Has most of these recipes, I think. I thought there was something I could do with the cactus nectar beside turn it into sugar. But that's what you can do with excess cactus anyway. Doesn't want to give me a target there. I have to look away and look back. 100. That's where it stopped. So what have I got? More than a full stack of those. Room for that. Oh, it uses 3 slots. That's a bit of a problem with this ingredient storage. You don't have as much room as it looks like at first. The slots are limited to half a stack from the exosuit. They do have the 11 column problem here as well. So it's going on diagonals. But if I... is there a way to... I don't think there's any way to look at the ingredient storage that doesn't have 11 columns, though. Like, there's no way to bring the ingredient storage up here. You can send stuff to it, but you're stuck with the one view. So if I send this back to storage containers, will it put it all in my 9th storage container with the rest? I don't think it... Well, it put some of them there. Okay. Maybe that's correct then. There's none in Vault 0 anyway. There's some more food items. Some underground. Some modifiers. I think these... Yeah, those are living chip ones that might be useful if I get a second living chip. Storage augmentation. One of them. I don't think I have more than one. Like these look, some of these look similar, but they're not. Salvage data. Oh, factory override unit. That's what can be done there. This goes with the passport in my mind. So, yeah, is there Okay, I've got a slight excess of fungal mold. I think that'll work if I, yeah, just put 4 stacks. Well, quick exosuit. Okay. One. 2. It'll just do 100 actually, so. Come on. 3. And 4. I could leave one machine spare for in case I have any other ideas. 4 minutes. So that's just 1-to-1. If I pick it up, it keeps running, right? No? I don't think so. Yeah, there's no point in this anyway. Just do 1 stack, 100 of each. And make my favorite recipe again. So we've gone from crafting to cooking, and the stream hasn't crashed yet. I wonder if they've been tweaking something to make it more stable for me, or if I've just been lucky. Now, did I? I maybe wasn't streaming when I went to all the... Yeah, when I went to all my bases and picked up all the stuff. I wasn't actually streaming for that. It was just when I was sorting it out from the exosuit into the storage bins. I started streaming at that point. So I've been playing a few more hours than it shows on the elapsed time. Hello there, Kervac. You checking out to see if I'm still functional, reading out my suit readouts? Am I still alive? Yeah? Okay. It's within tolerances, is it? There. So just send this back to our storage container and send this to the exosuit. Oh, no, actually just put it back in the input. And we got the next one ready. If it'll let us talk to it. Put this back in the input. Send this to storage. And start it running. Did I start the first one running? Yeah, it's running. The third one, same thing. It's a storage container. And the fourth one. Storage container. $100. I think it used to be 50. Or I used to do 50 at a time anyway. I think it used to be limited to 50 in general. And there was like a bit of a glitch that would allow it to do 100 occasionally. This one's done? Okay, I'll put this one back. No, it's not done. Okay. It's still running, yeah. Another 2.5 minutes. There used to be a glitch that would occasionally let you do 100 in a stack, but generally speaking, it's limited to 50. So we'll see if we can do the full 100 here anyway. So this is making steamed vegetables from now. I might have made a mistake already. Let's stop them all. Ah! I have to resort them, I think. Did this one finish? Oh, I never started that one. Okay, that's good. Now, I've got steamed vegetables, 100 there, and 100 here. This one, 100. Oh, just 8. Good. So, I only need 2 machines now, I think. If I put 100 steamed vegetables there, and 92? Yeah, I need 50 sauce there. Now, I've only got 92? Ah. Right. Make another 8. So, non-toxic mushrooms and non-toxic mushrooms. Ah, that makes 100 there. That's what I want. Fiber stew. And there's 50. Of these steamed vegetables and eight. Make the rest of these into steamed vegetables. That'll be okay. I used to know this recipe better. So we've got 100 here. Let's split it. Alright, no, not split this. Have to split it. Okay, I'll make sauce there. I hope I got this right now. $50 sauce here and $50 sauce here. And I got 100 stew in the first one. Or, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Could have done it all in this. Almost done. Then I'll have 100 sauce. Done. And all I gotta do is wait for the 100 here to finish. And this is fibrous stew. to go with the 100 sauce. And make my favorite recipe, delicious vegetable stew. Just one ingredient was mushrooms. And I think it's a 5-level recipe. Three minutes. Oh my God. I probably could go visit the settlers here when this is done. Oh, I just collected some carbon. Yeah. Two minutes. Most of the demonstrations of this, I just did a stack of, well, I started out with 40 to make stacks of 10, and then I combined them all down to one stack of 10 so that the tedium is alleviated a little bit. But a stack of 100 is nice to have to produce. If you're looking to waste some time, this is a nice easy way to waste some time figuring out this recipe. You can also build it from Cronus will like Yipu. I know what you meant. Cronus will like us, yeah. I'm building this from mushrooms, but you can also build it from selenium or star bulb, I'm pretty sure, or gamma root. There's 4 different crops. The cactus flesh and the frost crystal are exceptions. Those crops cannot do this recipe. Cactus flesh is for making sugar. The frost crystals for making glass. I don't know how they managed to make glass out of it, but that's what it does. There may be something else that it does in a food processor, actually. I forget now. But delicious vegetable stew. Let's see here. Not sure. Let's see. Frost crystal. Come on. Oh, I collected the carbon again. Okay. Frost crystal makes... Ah, flour, right. You make glass beads and you make flour out of glass beads in the food processor. Begin. We'll just make a couple here. 1, 2. Put that back in storage. Probably going the wrong one now. So glass beads make refined flour for bread and donuts and all that sort of stuff. So you've heard of glass flour before. When you grind up glass, it turns into a floury substance. Well, in No Man's Sky, it's edible. In real life, it's... I think it was in a Hercule Poirot, Agatha Christie story or something, that some woman killed her husband by putting glass flour in with the flour. I think it's not good for you to eat glass flour, but in No Man's Sky it works out just fine. So we got that stuff there. And yeah, the that goes there. Oh, I see it. Put it in there. So it was in the right box, right vault, just hidden away in a funny slot. Okay. Hey, your daddy. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if it'll make much sense to you. We got some delicious vegetable stew. 20% life support power, which is kind of nice in itself. It's also, could sell it, a stack of 100 of them is worth 1.8 million units. So it's profitable enough to make that. If you're real poor, you can make it out of just straight out of mushrooms. Each one takes 4 mushrooms to make one delicious vegetable stew, if you figure out the recipe on a food processor. But the main thing most people do with it is they take it over to the space anomaly, find the ship I want. This one, just because I want it. Take it to the space anomaly and you feed it to the food critic, Kronos. So if I've got a stack of 100 food there, I won't inflict the whole stack on you. But if you're doing it for yourself, you can average, I figured out you could average 100 nanites for each item on the stack. There, I hope that wasn't too loud. I raised my voice. I'm not sure if I needed to. Kronos is at the back here. He's obviously a food critic. He's so fat. I'm not supposed to call him fat. He's not supposed to call him overweight either. He's, I don't know. I pressed the wrong button. Anyway, you go talk to him here. And haploid wheat, I don't want to give him haploid wheat. It's in another hidden slot. I don't know where that wheat is, but Kronos can sniff it out. Give him some delicious vegetable stew, and he'll give you like 100, average of 100 nanites. It's between 40 and 129, but the average is 129 nanites anyway. There, got 129 for that one. And you have to give them to him one at a time because menus. And he gives you a criticism for each individual item that is kind of random because they're all the same. Only got 70 for that one, you see. So between the two, the average would be 100. 130 to, yeah, almost about in that neighborhood. So if you have a stack of 100 of them, 100 times 100 is 10,000 nanites. And if you do enough stacks, you can get, like I got, 613,000 nanites. It takes a while though, and there's other ways to get nanites, but that's nice and easy for beginners. Just have to find one of those items and use that delicious stew recipe, delicious vegetable stew, and he'll give you lots of nanites. No risk. You can't get killed that way. I'll show you the much better way of getting nanites, actually. If you need nanites, come visit this base of mine. Moose knows about it. He took down the glyphs the last time I showed it to him. My bases. If I can find it. I think it's this one. Ospinge Moldy Citizens Colony. It's called moldy for a reason. A couple of reasons, actually. I spelt moldy with a U because Hello Games sometimes spells mold with a U, even in your Americanized spelling version. And sometimes they spell it the American way, M-O-L-D. I wonder if there's some Americans working at Hello Games, and some of them made some of the text and some of the British guys made the other text. Either that or one of them spelt it wrong. If you've ever seen these things out in the wild, you know what to do with them now. As soon as we get there. Yeah. Speak of the devil. An error has occurred.